All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. This is going to be a simple how-to on PSA submissions using their online submission form. So first thing you want to do is familiarize yourself with the PSAcard.com website. It's very easy and user-friendly. This PSA symbol in the middle, the logo, will always bring you back to the home page. Up here, they have the Start Submission button. And again, very, very simple. They do have some helpful information to find out about the authentication process, autographs, so on and so forth. And once you click the Start Submission form, Start button, I had started one previously, but I am going to delete it and start a new one. And as that goes and starts to pop up, the cards I am going to be submitting for grading are all regular. I am going to be throwing in there a combination of regular as well as some tall boys. So tall boy cards, circa 1970 basketball. So a few of them that will go in. And I am submitting them for grading. So they have a few different services here. I am, this is a no autograph authentication. That's it. This is what it will look like when it comes back. Now, everybody has a system when it comes to which cards they are going to choose to get graded. I clearly recommend not submitting cards that are clearly chipped, dinged, bent, creased, written on. That is, of course, unless they are, pre-World War II cards, the tobacco cards. That's a different story. But then again, you can do anything you want. I think for the purposes of my submissions, I'm doing them for one of two reasons: resale value as well as collection aesthetics, if you'd say. But even from the collection aesthetics perspective, I did a little bit of homework, which will be another video of deciding, do I submit the cards that I have, or do I just go out and buy a PSA 10? So, that's something else that goes into the deciding factor. But for this video, it is simply using and navigating the online PSA portal for submissions. So they are backed up. So this estimated delivery time stuff really doesn't even matter. But you can always call and find out what the status is. So service level, max declared value per item. So I would say roughly per item, $499 is what I'd be looking at. And that's even including some of my tall boys. I know that they are not going to come back with a PSA 10. So click next. This portion, item entry, is pretty simple. So they did a really good job, I think, versus their paper submission format, which I have terrible handwriting due to many years of Catholic school. And so what I'm going to do is start off with a Barry Bonds. So what it does, before I even do, tells you right here, enter year, player, manufacturer, set, name, card number, etc. What I've noticed is you don't even really need to go that far because it will pull up pretty much the information as soon as you start typing. I'm sorry, this is a Bowman's Best. And here we go. So I have the red. So maybe something I was doing was messing up. So the minimum grade. So this means the minimum grade that is acceptable for me, okay? Which means regardless of what the actual grade is, if it's below the number that I say is acceptable for me, they will not put it in a slab. They will not grade it. However, I'm still paying for it. So I am going to simply put a 9, and this is the info there. Minimum grade, the lowest grade that you are willing to accept for all ungraded items. Selecting a minimum grade is optional. If your item does not meet or exceed the minimum grade, it will not be placed in a holder and it will be returned to you ungraded. And you will sit in here's you will still be charged the full grading fee even if your item does not meet minimum grade. Okay. Declared value. So PSA requires that you estimate a value for each item you submit based on its condition. This declared value, the value that I am declaring, is determined based on your service level and return shipping fees. If you are not sure of the value, you may use the SMR price guide or check other trade publications. All right, so we'll say declared value, 20 bucks. Qualifiers and no qualifiers. So this is where, if it is off-centered, staining, if there's a print defect, if it's out of focus, these are all, this terminology is all stuff that you should familiarize yourself with. And what you would do is if you do not want any qualifiers, you would click that. If it doesn't matter to you and you're looking for the number, then you would leave it blank. So I am not interested in any qualifiers on this particular card. And we would click save. So there you have it. So that 1970. Oscar Robertson. So you can see it's very, very easy. These all are stored and they come up, as you're typing. So not too difficult. And there you have it. Boom, minimum grade. So the tall boys are very, they're known for being off-centered, grossly off-centered. They're known for having just a lot of flaws in the card. They're not necessarily a favorite in the collecting community, and but it is what it is. So not looking for a minimum. All complete, and I'll add a note. Please let me know if any issues. I don't know. We'll see if that does anything. I'll go next. And now I'm going to fill out all my information. These are my estimated charges. And if I had any vouchers, they would go in there. So there you have it. The next would be my confirmation, and then to submit. So that is how you navigate through the PSA online submission portal. And leave some comments. Let me know your experience with PSA, if you prefer PSA over Beckett or Beckett over PSA, and why. Thanks for watching. Please like, and talk to you later.